Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Randy Orton is currently out of action after suffering a serious injury on WWE SmackDown last week. A former employee of the company recently predicted the Viper's return date. Kevin Owens surprisingly hit the 14-time world champion with a banned move, the piledriver, last week on the Blue brand. Orton was then stretched out of the arena and sent to a local medical facility. The Stamford-based company later announced that the Viper was diagnosed with cervical cord neuropraxia. On the Behind the Turnbuckle, the War Room podcast, Tommy Carlucci discussed Orton's status after getting written off television. The former WWE employee predicted that the 44-year-old would be out of action until January 2025 and also referenced Raw's Netflix premiere. "I think he will be out until January. Boy, after the Netflix thing, that would kill him and his ego," he said. 8:58 to 9:03. WWE veteran thinks Randy Orton could be dealing with a legitimate injury. On the same episode of the Behind the Turnbuckle, the War Room podcast, wrestling veteran Jonathan Coachman also gave his take on the company's decision to write Randy Orton off television. The former interim Raw general manager wondered if Randy Orton was dealing with a legitimate injury. "Didn't he just miss some time with an injury? This tells me there's something there, Tommy. And a lot of guys over the years, because of the constant bumping, as we call it, they get the neck fusions. We've seen Stone Cold, Kurt Angle, the Brooklyn Brawler. I wonder if Randy's having some issues, which would suck for him. He just signed a new deal," he said. Orton was recently spotted checking out Owens' new car amid their ongoing feud, leading many to believe his injury on SmackDown could have been kayfabe. For months, Randy Orton has been a ghost on WWE programming after suffering a serious injury at the hands of Kevin Owens. Fans have been anxiously awaiting the return of the Viper, the man known for his RKO out of nowhere, and a long career built on calculated aggression and dominance in the ring. But after a brutal attack by Owens, where Orton's back was viciously injured in a steel cage match, the path to his return has been shrouded in mystery. With the injuries sidelining one of the biggest stars in WWE, the question everyone has been asking is, when can we expect Orton's return? To shed light on the situation, we turn to an insider with close ties to the WWE locker room. An ex-WWE employee, who worked for the company for over a decade in various roles, including talent relations and backstage production, has a unique perspective on the inner workings of WWE's injury recovery process and talent management. This individual, who requested anonymity due to ongoing relationships with the company, shared insights on Randy Orton's potential return, breaking down the physical, mental, and professional hurdles that will factor into when Orton may step foot in the squared circle again. The injury and recovery process. Randy Orton's injury came at the hands of Kevin Owens in one of the most brutal segments on WWE TV. After weeks of build-up, the two men found themselves in a heated rivalry that culminated in a steel cage match on an episode of Monday Night Raw. Kevin Owens, known for his unpredictable and violent nature, set the stage for a moment that would keep fans talking for months. In a shocking turn of events, Owens delivered a devastating powerbomb to Orton, slamming him into the cage in a manner that resulted in a serious back injury. According to our WWE insider, the injury was no small matter. The damage that Orton sustained was substantial. "We're talking about severe nerve compression and spinal trauma," they said. The mental toll and the physical recovery. Randy Orton is no stranger to injury. Throughout his illustrious career, he's faced a number of setbacks, each one met with a relentless determination to get back in the ring. However, this injury is different. The insider revealed that while Orton's physical condition is improving with each passing month, it's not just about the body, it's about the mind. Orton has always been a consummate professional, but a serious injury like this can have a psychological impact, they explained. There are certain levels of trust in your body that you lose when something like this happens. You're constantly questioning whether you're fully recovered or whether you'll be able to perform at the level that's expected of you. That mental block can be just as hard to overcome as the physical one. Orton's mental strength has been one of his trademarks throughout his career, whether it's his calculated approach in the ring or his ability to stay composed under pressure. Still, returning from a significant injury is a process that doesn't just involve physical rehab, it requires rebuilding the confidence to perform moves that require a certain level of risk. The insider notes, we've seen wrestlers take time off and come back with a new lease on their career, but it's always a slow burn when it comes to regaining that trust in yourself. Predicted return timeline. So, when can WWE fans expect Randy Orton to return? The insider predicts that the timing of his return is likely to align with a major WWE event, potentially Royal Rumble 2025, giving Orton the time needed for a full recovery and a dramatic return. WWE loves to make big splashes at the Royal Rumble, they said. It's a marquee event, and Orton's return would create the kind of buzz that makes it feel like a historic moment. The Royal Rumble is the perfect event for a return like Orton's for several reasons. First, the match format, an over-the-top rope battle royal, doesn't put as much strain on the body as a typical one-on-one match. In the Rumble, the key is pacing, the insider explained. Orton could come back in a way that allows him to make a big impact without the immediate pressure of a full-on singles match. They also mentioned that WWE might use the Rumble as an opportunity to set up a major storyline for Orton heading into WrestleMania, which is just a few months away. The Kevin Owens factor. While many fans are speculating about the possibilities for Orton's return, one question remains, will Kevin Owens be involved in the angle? The insider shared that there's a high likelihood of Owens and Orton crossing paths once again when Orton does return. Kevin Owens is one of WWE's top stars right now, and it only makes sense to build that story further, the insider explained. Orton's return would be the perfect moment to rekindle that rivalry and take it to new heights. However, they also emphasized that WWE is constantly evaluating the long-term health of its superstars, and any storyline involving a previously injured wrestler is approached with caution. WWE isn't just about a quick payoff. They want to make sure that when a star comes back, it's not just for one match. They'll build around that return to create something that can last. A surprising twist, a new persona? The insider didn't rule out the possibility of Orton returning with a fresh persona. While Orton's Viper character has served him well over the years, some fans believe he could come back with a different edge after being sidelined for so long. WWE has been experimenting with changing up the presentation of its top stars, the insider said. A different Randy Orton.